Hi everyone, it's Ashley and this is my 38-week pregnancy vlog. Wow. It's kind of crazy. I feel like it's taken forever and then also it's gone by really fast. I'm sure you understand what that feels like. This drives me crazy that I'm not in the middle, so I had to move that. My symptoms this week, I'm just so hot I can't deal with it. Right now I'm really hot. I just got done baking some cupcakes and baking dinner, and thus the reason I did all of these crock pot meals, because just being near the stove, you know, it's the oven. I'm not even like cooking stuff over the stove. I'm extremely hot. Still have the hip pain when I'm sleeping, and thus sleeping has really sucked. And my son is very active, and so I still need to be active with him, and that's just really tiring me out. I can hear him walking around. I'm looking at my looking at my notes and I didn't understand what I wrote. I'm still trying to get the baby to turn. I've been in the pool a few times, sitting on the birthing ball, kind of elevating my hips, that type of thing. It seemed to really be working. I have been having cervical kicks the past few days, and they are no joke. They hurt a lot. Trying to think. I am craving cupcakes, thus I made cupcakes. I made chocolate cupcakes with peanut butter frosting, because chocolate and peanut butter lately have been the flavor du jour. Oh, my son's running around. Really cold drinks, like Slurpees, stuff like that are like icy. Sorry, I am just not in the nicest outfit. And I just want things really cold. I want 6 or more cubes of ice in every cup of water anything that I'm drinking. And yesterday I finally got some scallops from Trader Joe's. They have like frozen ones that are really nice. And so I was really excited to eat those. Eating in the morning is still really a struggle, no matter what I'm having. The other day I woke up and I was really hungry. And I don't eat oatmeal a lot. My husband and my son have it almost every day. But I'm just not an oatmeal person. I like it. I actually like, my husband eats it like plain with some maple syrup in it. Whereas I like some nuts and some raisins, that type of thing. So I was really hungry, so I was making their oatmeal, and I was like, I'm just going to make some for me too, because I'm really hungry, and hopefully this will fill me up. And I just couldn't eat any of it. I've tried yogurt, cottage cheese, protein, like those protein, not bars, like almost like Slim Jim type bars. Like, I've been trying different things, and things just aren't working in the morning. I have tried to drink like a nice hot beverage someone suggested before I try and eat, and it still didn't seem to help. The baby is really high. Still, I mean, when I'm feeling things, it's well above my belly button. And that's the majority of its body, if it's still transverse. And so I think that's part of the problem. It's really close to my lap band. And it's very weird. When you have a lap band, you have a lap band port that's, I don't even know how big it is. I want to say it's about this big. It's under your skin. When you get a fill or unfill, they poke, you know, my doctor is apparently very, I can never feel it, honestly. But he, you know, I tighten my, when I do get a fill, he will ask me to tighten my stomach muscles, and he's like, oh, there it is, and he just fills it, or unfills it. But lately I've been waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and it's weird, it's like a big hard lump, like this big, and the baby is pushing itself out, / pushing right where my port is. So it's so painful, and I have to, like, I'm sitting there like rubbing it a little bit, trying to get it to move, turning to the other side. Usually I think I wake up on my right side, and so it's kind of like smushed down and it's pushing out. Anyway, it's a long story, but I've been having tons of Braxton Hicks contractions. I have them just like, not when I'm walking around or anything, but as soon as I sit down anywhere, home, I was having them at the water park today. As soon as I relax somewhere, I start to have a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions. Back to the food. In an effort to get some food in me, some nutrition in me, I bought some protein shakes, ready-made ones specifically for after, like, definitely in the hospital. I'll bring 1 or 2 just in case. And if I need more because of, you know, stress has hurt my lap band or whatever, I'll have my husband bring them. But I got pre-made ones, so I don't have to worry about them. They're just chocolate muscle milk ones, which I like. At home, I have a mix that I can mix together. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Last week, to add to the freezer meals, I made it's called 8-can taco soup. I made it a few weeks ago, or a week or so ago, for us to just try in general, because it's a crock-pot meal. And then I just put all the things together this week because my husband quite liked it. And I like to make soups in the crock-pot because it makes a lot. And he can take, my husband eats lunch at work every day, obviously, because he works kind of like a 9 to 5. But 1 day a week, he does order Japanese with all of his coworkers. So for 4 meals out of the week, he needs to have a lunch. And not everything I make throughout the rest of the week will have leftovers. Salads, I could always make him an extra salad, but I just don't, because I know we have extra things in the freezer. I made a broccoli Alfredo chicken, which we always have pasta in the in the pantry, so I could just quickly make some pasta with it. Then I made a meat pasta sauce in the crock pot this week, and my dad came down, so my husband, son, my husband, my dad, Finn doesn't eat. It was going to be a struggle. My husband and my son and I, you understand what I'm talking about. We ate this for dinner, and then it made 2 extra portions. So I froze those, and it's so good. And actually, my father is a diabetic, and so instead of, like, if it was just Dave, Finn, and I would probably just eat the pasta. Like a little bit of it. I don't really like pasta that much anyway. But I would probably just have eaten some of the spaghetti. But because my dad was here, it gave me a really good excuse to buy some extra zucchini and summer squash and make your own, like, pasta. And I had it over that. It was so good. And I'm really tempted to take one of those out of the freezer and have it this week because it was really good. We bought some burgers at Trader Joe's. I got a couple, like, snacky things just to put in the pantry, like specifically more for my son, just to have not to need to go out anywhere. And basically we have our freezer it goes to our refrigerator, and we also have a upright freezer. I don't know how big it is. I mean, it's like 2.5, but it's squared, so it's probably 2.5 by 2.5. But it's quite tall. It's probably 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet. I don't know. But that is full also. And so basically, I can't buy anything else to put in the freezer. I'm really happy that we have all these meals, but it's kind of like we don't have any freezer space until we start using some of these meals. There are some things I need to do still. Like, we're been pretty lax with what we've been doing. Like, we don't have a crib. We don't have, like, lots of things out. You know, we just don't need, we understand that we don't need them out right this second. But I still need to do, looking at my list, I need to vacuum out the car. So I've cleaned out the whole car, and I'm really excited. It's like bare, because I have a minivan, and it's usually a mess. But I cleaned it all out, and I need to go and I'm going to spend the money, because I never do it. I'm going to get it vacuumed out and detailed and really clean. And then we need to install the car seat, like the seat that goes in the car, not the baby car seat. We have captain's chairs, and then the third row. I've taken out one of the captain's chairs because I like that extra space, and if we have people come with us, it's easy to get into the very back seat, and then there's more room type of thing to sit. But we need to put that captain's seat back in, and then we can install the baby's car seat. And then there's things like I want to finish a couple crochet projects. I want to clean more of the house and organize it. My husband's like crazy, wants to like empty out all the cabinets in the kitchen and then throw out stuff, and it's not going to happen. But God bless him. And I need to, Finn needs black shoes with black soles, like black sneakers, with black soles, like for his uniform. I need to find those real bad, and I need to buy his school supplies before this baby comes, because it's gonna have to happen. I don't want to be stressing about those two things. Lastly, we bought 3 things to Babies R Us, and we're like, what are the things we absolutely need when the baby's here? Okay, so these are the 3 things that we do not have and that we're going to need. Baby lotion. This conversation went, which one should we buy? Me. Which one should we buy? I've heard Baby Ganix is nice. This is the one we use with Finn. My husband goes, whatever's the cheapest. And I was like, ouch, you're harsh. Like, he never would have said that with Finn. He's like, and we know what we're doing now. Whatever's the cheapest is fine. This one Finn never had like eczema or irritating skin, or, he wasn't sensitive to anything. This one worked fine with him. Fingers crossed it works fine with the next one. The drop-ins that go to the bottles that we had with Finn. I'm pretty sure, these are not, the bottle that's on here is not, there we go, not the bottle that we had with Finn. Hopefully they work. I plan to nurse this baby just like I did Finn, but about a week after Finn was born, I got an infection from my C-section, and we needed to use bottles. And the bottles that we had with him before we actually bought these type, we just had a couple random bottles. So as soon as the doctor put me on this medication, we just kind of had to use whatever we had. Because the infection was really bad. I had the chills, like I couldn't walk 5 feet without I was be under a blanket. Granted, it was February, so it wasn't, you know, wasn't warm, but I'd be under a blanket and I would try and walk to the bathroom, and bathroom's 10 feet away maybe from the farthest part of our apartment, and by the time I would be in the bathroom, I'd be shivering, freezing. It was just not a fun thing. So the bottle we had, he was so used to sucking so hard that it was like just dripping all over his face. So my husband, being the person that he is, did some research and found that these ones had a very slow nipple. So those are the bottles we got, and we actually really liked the drop-ins because we used them so infrequently that it was just, you know, a lot easier to just have to wash the nipple and not the rest of the bottle. I think if we used them 20 times in the 13 months that he was, I can't even talk, that he was nursing, that's probably an overestimation. Last thing is baby wash. And again, my husband did not want to buy the Johnson & Johnson's brand because he felt it was the same thing. I mean, I know it is the same thing, but whatever's cheaper. It was so unlike him to say that. Sorry, I realized that it wasn't down and that I could push it. I don't know if I bought it that way or... Anyway. So those are the three things, body wash, lotion, and bottle drop-ins, that are the only things we apparently need before this baby gets here. Which is such a lie. We haven't researched monitors, we haven't researched cribs, we haven't done any of that because we have the alternatives at this point. I would like to get a monitor probably before the baby is like 2 months old, because at that point we'll kind of be in a routine and I'll be able to not be right next to it every single second, aka like, you know, not sleeping when it's sleeping type of thing. Anyway, that is my 38-week update. I hope oh, one last thing, Instagram, my Instagram name is band_baby_Ashley. I have said it before, I can never ever comment on videos here, but I usually put up a picture of my video on Instagram, just, you know, saying, oh, it's up or whatever. So if you follow me and you want to comment on my video kind of like under the picture, I will absolutely, definitely get back to you. Okay? Bye-bye.